Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Clay Moody. I'm filling in for Stan tonight as he's doing the boys' game on the radio side as he's at Stillville. Tonight is the Big Cat Classic, the first half of it, the girls' side of it. The Licking Wildcats, coached by Steve Rissler. They're going to be in gray with the orange trim. Their starters tonight are number 5, Kylie Ingram, number 13, Kylie Taylor, number 14, Anna Sullins, number 20, Winter Murray, and number 32, Abby Sullins. Salem Lady Tigers, coached by Jake Reardon, are going to be in white and light blue trim. Their starters, number 00, Savannah Manthe, number 2, Avery Irway, number 4, Bella Jadwin, number 22, Tatum Hatridge, and number 23, Ashton Bowers. Guys, bear with me tonight as this is my first time doing it live from the beginning, I guess, since I filled in on the football side one night for Stan. Again, Stan's in Stillville tonight on the radio side. You can catch him on KSMO radio. Again, this is the Big Cat Classic, the ladies' side of that. The boys' side will be Friday night at Licking. JV tip at 6 o'clock, varsity to follow. Referees tonight are Melvin Resperis and Jason Swearingen. Getting ready for the tip, Sullins versus Irway, and here we go. Tip won by Licking. Ball brought down, number 13, Kylie Taylor, over to Sullins, Abby Sullins that is. Swings it to Sullins, Anna Sullins. Be a lot of Sullins mentioned tonight, Abby in the corner. Salem switched up their defense from man-to-man, playing zone to start tonight. Ball tipped away. Jadwin brings it down the court. Tipped out of bounds by Licking and come back to Salem. Jadwin bring it down. Licking in their traditional 2-3 zone. Tatum at the progressive side over to Jadwin, back to Manthe, back to Jadwin. Hatridge from the top right corner. Brings it back to the middle to Manthe. Trying to try to find holes in that zone right now. Thing with Licking, they're going to be long and aggressive on their defensive end. Jadwin to Bowers from downtown. It's off. Rebound was by Ingram. Ingram from deep 3 off the front of the iron. Be out of bounds to Salem. An official timeout. Hatridge will go to the bench. Botkin will come into the game for the Tigers. 6:35 to go in the first quarter. Still 0-0. Manthe will throw it in to Jadwin. Jadwin to Botkin underneath for 2. Shelby Botkin kind of snuck back door on him. Got it in. Anna Sullins down to Ingram. Ingram to Abby Sullins. Jadwin, Irway with the rebound. Jadwin slows it up, brings it down the center of the court. Kind of sag off. Botkin to Manthe, back to Bowers. Manthe to Jadwin. Manthe for the 3. Bango! Salem jumps out to a quick 5-0 lead on the 3. Abby Sullins. Over to Anna Sullins. Sullins for 3. That's off. Ingram with the putback. Calls on the floor. The bucket is no good. On the floor. See who the foul is on. And we're just, Anna Sullen, excuse me, I got concentrate on the book for a second. Over to 13. She's open for three, and it's good. Buckets by Kylie Taylor. And Jadwin slows it down, brings it down the floor. Hatridge back in the ball game. Pass from Bowers to Irway was over Irway's head off the fingertips. And Licking has the ball. Anna Sullins back to Taylor. That's no good. Off the front island. Abby Sullins with the rebound. Back to Anna Sullins for three. And just like that, it's a 6-5 Licking lead. Hatridge to Manthe. Hatridge looks short corner to Bowers. Bowers brings it back out. Back to Jadwin. Slows it down again. Jadwin attacks to Manthe. Manthe on the dribble drive. Short pull up for two. It's no good. Rebound by Ingram. Ingram to Taylor. Taylor slows it down to Anna Sullins. Sullins to the middle. Abby Sullins to Murray. Back to Anna Sullins for three again. And it's 9-5 Licking on three straight threes by Licking on three straight trips. Be a 30-second timeout for Salem. Down the floor. Officials timeout on the floor. Fixing the foul situation a while ago. That foul a while ago, I was still trying to figure it out. They hadn't put it on the board. It was on Manthe. That was like 2 trips ago. So we're back in action. Jadwin brings it down. More of a 1-1-3. Jadwin back from Manthe. Just kind of dribble, trying to contain. To Manthe. Jadwin over in the corner to Bowers. Bowers drives, gives it back to Manthe. Pull up from the corner. That is no good. Rebound by Hatridge. Jadwin from the three, misses. Rebound by Ingram. Back to Abby Sullins. The attempt by, that was Ingram. Attempt by Ingram was no good. To Jadwin for three. Off the back end. Another rebound by Hatridge. Manthe for three from Jadwin, no good. Rebound by Murray. She looked like she drug a foot there, but no call. Then makes up for it on Kylie Taylor walking it just across half court. It's turnover for Salem. Manthe throws it into Hatridge. Botkin and Roos back in the game for the Tigers. Hatridge to Botkin, back to Hatridge. To Manthe. Manthe drives to Botkin. Back to Manthe up top. Irway to Manthe. Manthe for three. And it's good! Savannah Manthe steps into a big three right there to bring us back to 9-8. Irway almost had to steal, but instead Ingram puts it in for two. We're 11-8. Licking. Hatridge slows it down. Hatridge to Irway, to Botkin. Botkin for three is good off the bank, and we're tied at 11. Licking brings it down. Taylor to Murray. Murray to Anna Sullins. Salem's went back to a man-to-man, more of a man-to-man, but more of a matchup zone, excuse me. Abby Sullins to Ingram. Anna Sullins out to Ingram, and it's good. Kylie Ingram steps out, hits the three. It's 14-11 Licking. Irway out to Roos. There was a kick underneath. Bowers and Jadwin back in the game for the Lady Tigers. Kata Cook and Casey Richards enters the game for the Lady Cats. Salem underneath their own goal. Jadwin throws it over the head of Hatridge, and it'll be a turnover with 40.3 seconds to play in the first quarter, 14-11. Just a little sloppy on the offensive end for Salem. Licking started out a little sloppy, but they've turned it on. It's kind of been a back and forth quarter. Kata Cook underneath with Jadwin on her. Misses. Rebound by Botkin. Jadwin speeds it up. Oh, now slows it down at half court. Jadwin underneath to Bowers for two, and it's good. 13 seconds to go as Licking brings it down the floor to Anna Sullins. Sullins steps out. Ingram at the corner. Shot at the buzzer is good. That is Kylie Taylor steps into it at the buzzer. And at the end of one, it is Licking 17, Salem 13. We're back at the beginning of the second quarter. Salem back out with their starters. Jadwin, Manthe, Irway, Bowers, and Hatridge. Jadwin to Hatridge. Hatridge to Manthe. Hatridge back from Manthe. Corner to Bowers. Back to Jadwin. Jadwin at the top. Again, Salem slowing it down this year. They've tried to play fast all year, but against this zone, they've had to slow down a little bit. Jadwin back to Bowers. Bowers looks inside, back to Jadwin. Jadwin dribbles over to Manthe. Nothing there. Jadwin back to the top, back to Manthe. To Irway in the corner. Back to Manthe underneath. Manthe dribbles out of trouble. Back to Jadwin. Jadwin to Hatridge. Hatridge dribbles back to the middle. Coach Reardon signaling out orders. Back to Hatridge. Hatridge over to Bowers. Bowers to Hatridge. The Hatridge to Irway. Irway from the shortstop. Off the rim. Back to her on the tip, and it's good. Avery Irway in the right spot at the right time. Salem pressures. Manthe and they get a turnover. Not a very good job on my part keeping up the ball right there. I apologize. Licking brings several girls back into the game. Hatridge brings it down. 17-15 Licking, 6:20 to go in the second. Hatridge dribbles, back to Manthe, over to Irway in the corner. Irway up top to Bowers. Bowers from long range, off the front of the rim. Irway with another rebound, and it's good. And knocked out of bounds by Salem on the press. Be underneath. Kylie Taylor throwing it in for Licking. From the corner, Kylie Richards. It's off the mark. Bowers with the rebound. Bowers down. Nobody steps in front. Bowers tried to lay it up and in. Could have had drawn some contact. No call. Here comes Licking back down the floor. Over to Casey Richards. Stolen by Bowers. Bowers blocked from behind. Jadwin gets it. Back out top to Hatridge. Hatridge with the running layup, and it's good. And a timeout, Licking. Will be a 30-second timeout on Licking. Abby Sullivan's throwing it in for them. Salem applying the pressure that they've applied most of the year. Throw it in, 13. That's Taylor, drives down. Back out to Taylor, to Abby Sullins. Cross-court pass, almost tipped by Bowers. Three-point attempt is no good. Rebound by Irway. That attempt was by Hannah Medlock. Up to Hatridge. Hatridge gets it knocked away. She gets it back. Manthe to Jadwin. Jadwin to Bowers. To Manthe. From downtown. Boom! And it's another three by Savannah Manthe. And just like that, it's 22-17 Salem. And they got another turnover as Hannah Medlock walked. Be Salem's ball. Manthe throwing it into Jadwin. Jadwin dribbles it about just across half court in the middle of the S. Into Irway. Irway with short jumper off the bank, and it's good. Licking has 3 attempts, puts it back, and finally put in by Ingram. Jadwin brings it down underneath to Botkin. The ball's on the floor. It'll be a jump ball, I believe. It'll be Licking's ball. Turnover on Salem right there. Kind of a forced pass, probably didn't need to be made. Sullins to Sullins. Back to Sullins. Into the corner. And that three-pointer is good by Ingram. And again, the 24-22 Salem with 3:30 to go. Manthe to Jadwin. Jadwin back to Manthe from downtown again. That's way off. And here comes Licking down the floor. Sullins over to Anna Sullins to Murray at the Ingram from 3. That is way off. And it'll be back to Salem. Hatridge and Roos in for Irway and Jadwin. So on the floor for Salem right now is Manthe, Hatridge, Bowers, Roos, and Botkin. Manthe brings it down to Bowers. Bowers picks up a dribble at a bad spot. Manthe back inside to Hatridge. Hatridge forces the issue, draws contact, and gets a foul called. Foul was on Kylie Taylor. That's her first, her team's first. Only 2 fouls called this whole half. Hatridge hits the first of 2. And Hatridge makes them both. 26-22 Salem with 2:45 to go. Salem pulls their pressure back. Kylie Taylor to Abby Sullins, over to Anna Sullins, to Kylie Taylor, back to Abby Sullins for 3. It's way off again. Manthe with the right spot for the rebound, forces the issue up to Bowers. Foul was called on Licking. Foul was on Taylor, her second. Now they're discussing it underneath. And they take the call off. Each ref made 2 separate calls. Got together. Called a jump ball. Still be Salem's possession. Hatridge to Bowers to Manthe. That's off the back of the iron. Rebound by Bowers. Again gets blocked underneath. Here comes Licking. Anna Sullins down. Ingram in the corner to Taylor. Taylor to Abby Sullins. Back to Ingram. Abby Sullins again to Taylor. Ingram into the middle to Abby Sullins. To the corner to Anna Sullins. It's off the back of the iron, but there's Murray with the rebound. Murray outside. Sullins to Taylor to Murray. Back into a zone for Salem. Into the middle. Almost thrown away, but caught there by Ingram. Anna Sullins dribbles out to Taylor. Taylor to Abby Sullins. Anna Sullins. Rebound to Ingram, and she puts it back for 2. Salem hurries down. Bowers corner, airballs it. Caught by Roos. Roos brings it out. Tipped out of bounds by Licking. It's 26-24 with 1 minute to go. Jadwin comes back in for Salem. So Jadwin takes it. Licking pulls their zone back in a little bit. Manthe in the corner, dribbles around. Back to Roos, back to Manthe. Manthe looks over. Jadwin back out, 45 seconds to go. Here comes Licking out to part pressure. Jadwin dribbles in. Manthe from the corner for 3. Boom! Savannah Manthe hits another one. She needs to find that spot more often. She's hot from that spot. And Licking comes down the floor. Sullins over to Anna Sullins. Back to the top. Abby Sullins, 25 seconds. Underneath, Anna Sullins out to Abby. 4-3. Abby Sullins misses. Manthe gets fouled. Fouls on Ingram. It'll be her first, team's second. Our way back in the game for the Lady Tigers. It's 29-24, 14 seconds to go. Salem brings it across to Botkin, to Manthe for 3 again. Bango! 6 to go. 32-24. Licking comes down the floor from half court, and it's off. And at the half, it is Salem 32, Licking 24 on a flurry of threes by Manthe within the last minute to play. Outstanding second quarter for the Salem Lady Tigers as they held Licking to only 7 points. And Salem scored 19. Again at the half, Salem 32, Licking 24. Will be back in just a few minutes. And we're back with about 2:15 to go in the halftime. Go over just a few. I don't have all the stats for you, but I got the scoring for Salem. Savannah Manthe leads everybody with 15. Avery Irway has 6. Shelby Botkins got 5. Tatum Hatridge has 4. And Ashton Bowers has 2. Really, Salem didn't play bad in the first quarter, but Licking jumped out with 17 in the first quarter, and Salem only scored 13. But again, the second quarter, Salem turned on the pressure, hit some big threes, and came out with a 19-point second quarter and held Licking to only 7. Licking's leading scorer is Kylie Ingram with 12. Kylie Taylor has 6, and Anna Sullins has 6. Again, Salem held them in check that second quarter and really got the momentum swing back their way. It'll be Licking ball coming out at half. I've noticed Salem, they were trying to start out in a zone. I knew they were going to do that. We talked about it last week and early this week with Coach Reardon. They played the zone, but then they went to a man for just a little bit, applied some pressure with the man, and forced some major turnovers by Licking. Licking will come out with their starters on the floor, and Salem will come out with their starters on the floor. Again, Licking ball, part of the Big Cat Classic, brought to you by Town & Country Bank. Taylor brings it down. Abby Sullins back to Murray from underneath to Ingram. Tipped away by Salem. Irway to Jadwin. Jadwin slows it up. Pressured by Abby Sullins. Jadwin over to Hatridge. Hatridge to Irway. Irway up and gets fouled underneath by Kylie Taylor, I believe. Foul was on Taylor. It's her second. Irway to the line for 2. Irway misses the first. This has been a struggle for the Lady Tigers this year. Irway with the second. And it is good. The 33-24. Salem almost gets the turnover. Down to Ingram. Ingram back over to Anna Sullins. Up top. Anna Sullins again to Murray. Murray looks to the outside to Abby Sullins. Back up top to Taylor. Taylor to Anna Sullins to Murray. Murray looking. Abby Sullins across court to Anna Sullins. Picked by Murray. Murray back. Looks underneath. Trying to get the ball down low to Ingram. Murray from the free throw line. And off the bank, it's good. Winter Murray for her first points of the game. A little pressure, Jadwin. Out to Hatridge. Hatridge dribbles over across court to Bowers. Bowers for 3. Off the back iron. Follows her shot well. Back out, Jadwin for 3. And it's in and out of the rim. Ingram with the rebound. Taylor up to Anna Sullins. Sullins pressure down. Jadwin the pressure on her. Back up top. Abby Sullins for three is way off again. Hatridge to Irway. Down court to Bowers. We got numbers. Bowers walked. Again, Salem playing really well on the defensive end right now. Applying some pressure in the middle to Ingram. Down to Murray. Breaks the press. Back up top, Taylor. Jadwin with the pressure on her. Abby Sullins to Taylor. Out to Anna Sullins. Jadwin applying good pressure to her. Ball's dead. Long pass. Bowers picks it off. Up ahead to Jadwin. And Jadwin for two and the foul. That's going to be 3 on Kylie Taylor. And the bucket was good for Jadwin. Excellent pass by Bowers down court to lead Jadwin to the layup. Jadwin misses the and one. In the rebound, Abby Sullins. Sullins throws it down court to Taylor. Taylor cross court to Abby Sullins. Back to Taylor. Into the middle, Anna Sullins. Sullins outside, Abby Sullins over to Taylor. Taylor pump fake, drives it. Tipped by Jadwin to Abby Sullins. From downtown, Taylor. That is good. Kylie Taylor from long range. 35-29 Salem. Manthe to Jadwin, pulls it back out at the Tiger Head. Underneath the Bowers, she gets in there again, and it's good. Licking stretches that zone out, and Salem keeps finding ways to get into the block back door. Murray across court to Anna Sullins, who's wide open for three, and that's off the front iron. Rebound by Murray. Out to Anna Sullins. Sullins brings it in for a short, and they got a foul on Salem. Foul is on Manthe. Be her second. And Anna Sullins makes the first. Sullins with the second is no good. And Jadwin brings the ball down in a hurry, kicks it out to Bowers. Lost control for a second, back to Hatridge. Over to Manthe, 4-3. And it is no good, but she gets fouled on the play. Fouled on the block out. Should be on Ingram, her second. Team's third. Manthe the line for three. Misses the first. Again, it's been a struggle this year for Salem from the free throw line. Macy Sparks enters the game for the Wildcats, or Lady Cats, excuse me. Manthe gets her third shot. And that's no good, but Manthe tips, but rebounded by Abby Sullins. Those were important free throws right there. It's 37-30, Salem. Inside to Licking, outside to Taylor, to Murray. Up top, Abby Sullins to Anna Sullins. Anna Sullins dribbles back out, inside to Sparks. Sparks out to Abby Sullins, cross court to Anna Sullins, to Murray in the corner. And it's good. Winner Murray for three. In games previous, we've seen her hit big shots from there as it's 37-33. Jadwin gets trapped at half court. Fights through it. Out to Bowers. Bowers pump fake, little pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound by Murray. Murray to Taylor. Taylor up front. Underneath to Abby Sullins, fouled from behind by Hatridge. And Abby Sullins will go to the line for 2. Roos in the game for the Lady Tigers along with Botkin. Hatridge and Bowers take a seat. And Sullins makes them both. And it's now 37-35 Licking. Licking with a little zone pressure, try to get the trap. Reach there, didn't no call to Jadwin to Roos. Roos fouled by Kylie Taylor. That's her 4th. Little bump with the body. And Ingram will come back in the game for the Lady Cats. Salem's ball underneath. Jadwin throwing it in. Tipped by Sullins. Sparks brings it down. Picks up a dribble to Sullins. Back to Anna Sullins from top. Over to Anna Sullins. Underneath Abby. Winner from outside's no good, but the rebound by Anna Sullins. And Ingram, no good on the putback. Irway with the rebound. Kicks it to Manthe to Jadwin. And they call a charge on Jadwin. Don't see any way she had her feet set on that, but he called it. She just kind of fell backwards as Jadwin went in. Hatridge and Bowers back in the game for the Lady Tigers. Need a good defensive stop here by the Lady Tigers. Anna Sullins to Ingram, out to Murray from 3, and it's good. It's the person you don't want to get hot from outside, and all of a sudden it's 38-37 Licking. Botkin from Hatridge to outside to Manthe, and that is off. Rebound by Murray. Kicks it to Anna Sullins. And he calls a block on this end on Botkin. She kind of got a little sideways on her. So Anna Sullins will get 2. First one is good. Sullins makes them both. And just like that, it's a 40-37 Licking lead. Hatridge to Roos. Roos to Manthe. Oh, it's a kick by Abby Sullins. Be Salem's ball on the side. Salem throws it in. Hatridge. Manthe holds, dribbles out. To Botkin, who lets it go between her fingers. Jadwin back in the game for the Lady Tigers. Goes in for Manthe. Anna Sullins dribbles top to Ingram. Trying to go backdoor. Kicks it out to Abby Sullins to Anna Sullins. To Winter Murray. To Abby Sullins underneath to Anna Sullins, and she walked. Irway back in the game for Roos. Salem needs a bucket. There's a minute 23 to go in the third quarter. Licking 40, Salem 37. Hatridge over to Bowers to Jadwin. Jadwin looks. Steps in to Botkin. Botkin to Hatridge. Hatridge running layup, and it's good. That's a big bucket there for Salem. They needed something to kind of tide the momentum of Licking. Abby Sullins, and they call a charge on her. That'll be Sullins first. They're team's fourth. 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Licking 40, Salem 39. Jadwin slowly walks up floor over to Hatridge. Hatridge back out to Jadwin. Back to Hatridge, into Irway. Irway kind of fumbles it. Back to Hatridge for three. Off the back iron, but she gets a rebound. Kicks it to Jadwin. Jadwin could have got a foul there. Back out. Jadwin dribbled through some trouble. Out to Hatridge. Hatridge to Jadwin. Again, 14 seconds. Tipped by Licking. The Salem ball with 10.3 to go in the quarter. Hatridge will throw it in for Salem. To Jadwin. 8, 7 to Bowers. 4-3, and banks it in with 2 to go. Licking in. Sullins will not get it off in time. And Bowers banks in a 3 with about 2 seconds to go and puts Salem back in the lead, 42-40. Kind of a questionable quarter for Salem, but then they fight back, get a couple big buckets at the end to retake the lead. Hatridge hit a good running layup, and then Bowers banks in the 3 right before the buzzer. Should be an exciting fourth quarter as Salem leads 42-40. Jadwin in with the ball. Hatridge from Jadwin. Hatridge dribbles, surveys to Bowers in the corner. Outside to Hatridge. Hatridge dribbles in, looks to Bowers. Bowers dribbles in and lays it up, and it's good. Ashton Bowers finally in the net in the second half. Anna Sullins down. Ingram underneath. Irway makes a great defensive play on Murray right there. Be Licking's ball underneath. Outside to Ingram. Turns it over. Hatridge out to Bowers if she can catch up. Irway with the rebound, and it's no good. Ingram gets the rebound for Licking. Sullins guarded by Bowers right there to Macy Sparks, the winner in the corner, and it's good. Winter Murray, they have got to find her in the corner because she's going to be deadly from there. It is 44-43 Salem, 7 minutes to go. Tipped out of bounds by Licking. 15 as Hannah Medlock comes back in for the Licking Lady Cats. For Abby Sullins, Jadwin, they play this. They don't have the length up top on defense, so they've got a Manthe to Bowers, to Manthe, to Jadwin. And fakes, dribbles back to the middle, gives it to Manthe. Manthe back to Jadwin. Jadwin surveys the defense. Back to Bowers from way downtown from the Tiger Head, and it's good. I know Bowers' range, but I thought she was out of it there. Murray in the corner. They got a hand in her face that time, but they left her alone. Jadwin out to Murray, and it's good. Salem and Licking trading threes here early in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes to go, 47-46. Hatridge down to Manthe, back to Hatridge. Hatridge from the top, it's short. Rebound by Jadwin. She leaves it short. Rebound by Ingram. Sullins on the run. Tipped out of bounds by Jadwin. Great hustle play by Jadwin to knock it out of the hands of Sullins. This will be Licking's ball underneath. Kata Cook comes in for Ingram. Sullins going to throw it in for the Lady Cats. Murray from the free throw line, and it's good. It is now 48-47 Licking. Hatridge looks over to Manthe. Manthe to Hatridge to Jadwin. Jadwin surveys the defense. They back up. She stands at half court with the dribble. Jadwin hands it off to Hatridge, to Manthe, to Bowers. Manthe gets it blocked by Sullins. Jadwin struggling to find somebody. Timeout, Salem. Thirty-second timeout, Salem. Timeout. It'll be Salem's ball. Kind of near corner to their bench, but on the baseline. Salem needs a good possession here. We need to find the open look, get a good basket, take the lead back, and get a good stop on the defensive end. They have got to find Winter Murray on the defensive end. She's become, Ingram started out their big scorer, but Murray's turned it on here in the second half. So Jadwin will throw it in for Salem. Manthe coming off the screen, so is Bowers. Bowers catches it, Tiger Head to Hatridge. Hatridge drives in to Jadwin. Jadwin misses the layup. Medlock with the rebound. Anna Sullins brings it down. To Winter Murray. Murray got a tip from Jadwin. Over to Anna Sullins. Headed by Hatridge. Kata Cook in the corner. Kata Cook looks underneath. She almost drug her foot. Macy Sparks to Anna Sullins. Licking in a little bit of a slow down offense right here. Sparks. Timeout. Licking. Be another 30-second timeout, this time on Licking. And Licking's trying to do everything they can to stall. The other end just missed the layup, and Licking was able to gain the rebound and come down. Again, 1 point lead for Licking, 48-47. With 4:09 to go in the fourth. The Big Cat Classic presented by Town and Country Bank. Again, this is the lady version. Boys version will be Friday night at Licking. I'm sure Stan will have that on the radio. He'll be excited to be there. Ingram into Murray, and the bucket's good. And a foul on Manthe. It'll be her third. Winter Murray to the line for the and one. It's 50-47. Nets off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Hatridge. Hatridge gets it taken away, but she gains it back. Over to Manthe. Manthe pulls out. To Bowers, to Jadwin. Jadwin drives in, short jumper. It's no good. Rebound Cook. Out to Sullins. Sullins holds up. Half court to Macy Sparks. Sparks guarded by Bowers. We have got to deny the pass here. Step up, Manthe. Hannah Medlock. Knocked out of bounds by Hatridge. Kylie Taylor back in the game for the Lady Cats. Manthe knocks it out of bounds. Could have been tipped by Murray right there, but they call it out on Manthe. She did knock it out. Underneath for Licking. Ball's in to Sparks. Sparks dribbles up top. Manthe guarding her. Out to Taylor. To Sparks. And stolen by Jadwin. Jadwin lays it up and in. It is 50-49. Excellent defense there by Bella Jadwin, knowing where to be at the right time. Licking up ahead, Murray, and stolen by Bowers. Bowers drives, gives it back to Jadwin, but threw it behind her. Jadwin for three, and it's off the front. So Anna Sullins with the rebound. She drives down, pulls up. Hatridge guarding her. 2:50 to go. 1 point lead, Licking. Taylor dribbles, pulls up. Murray for, thought she was going to shoot it from right there. Did not. Back out to Macy Sparks. Sparks looks. Sparks throws it in to Cook. Cook, and they call a foul on Salem. Foul's on Hatridge. Should be her third. Team sixth. Abby Sullins and Ingram back in the game for the Lady Cats. Sullins for three is off the front, but rebounded by Anna Sullins. She puts it up and in. 52-49, 3-point lead for Licking. Jadwin surveys the offense. Salem gets set up. No pressure right now. 2 minutes to go. 1:58 over to Jadwin. Licking trying to play long again a little bit. To Hatridge. Hatridge inside to Irway. That's no good. Abby Sullins with the rebound. Up to Taylor. 1:35 to go. 3-point lead, Licking. Anna Sullins. Jadwin trying to get a 5 count. Abby Sullins again, Licking playing keep away. Murray to Ingram. Sullins out. Again, Licking doing a great job playing keep away right now. And Hatridge picks up the foul. Be her fourth, team seventh. Ingram's going to go to the line for a 1-and-1. And she misses the first, but they get the rebound. Sullins misses that one. And Irway with a hustle rebound gets a foul. Fifth foul on Licking. Foul was on number 20, Winter Murray. That's her first. Less than a minute. Salem down 3. Manthe to Bowers in the corner. Bowers to Manthe to Jadwin to Hatridge to Jadwin. Back to Hatridge to Jadwin. 36 seconds. Salem from downtown Manthe. It's no good, but Hatridge with a hustle rebound and a foul on Murray again. Her second in a row over the back. .8 to go. Salem down 3. Kind of a forced shot there by Manthe, but we'll come back. Timeout Salem. It'll be a full timeout with 30.8 to go. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back with 26.6 to go. Licking's ball up 3. Salem going to try to get a steal off the inbound. And Bowers gets the tip, but tips it out of bounds. Foul by Bowers on Taylor. Taylor will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Fouls on Bowers. Be her first, team's 8th. Taylor to the line for 1-and-1. Salem has got a box out here. Taylor for 1. Here it is. It's up, and it's good. Licking takes a 4-point lead with 25.6 to go. Taylor with the second, and it is good, and it's a 5-point lead. Bowers for 3, bingo, timeout Salem. And it's now a 2-point lead for Licking. Bowers just about from the bench on that one. Knocks it down. And Bowers now has 15. Bowers has 15. Manthe has 15 for Salem. On the other side, Murray has 18. And Taylor has 12. And Anna Sullins has 14, or excuse me, Anna Sullins has 10. Licking's going to throw it in. Sullins in to Taylor. A foul on Jadwin. 18.1. Taylor line 1-1. It's a 2-point lead for Licking. Still 1-1. That's the second on Jadwin. And she makes the first. And it's a 3-point lead with 18.1. Taylor up, and it's good. Back to a 4-point lead to Manthe. Manthe to Jadwin, to Bowers. Bowers forces it. It's no good. Tipped up. Manthe to Jadwin for three. It's off the back of the iron, rebounded by Licking, and that's going to do it. Very hard-fought game by both sides. Final score, Licking 56, Salem 52. The Big Cat Trophy will stay in Licking for the second year in a row. This has become a fun rivalry for only 22 miles away. Again, leading scorers for Salem is Manthe and Bowers, both with 15. Irway had 7, Hatridge had 6, Jadwin had 4. Also believe Botkin had 5 in there. Leading scorer for Licking was Winter Murray with 18, all in the second half. And the trophy presentation. Again, Winter Murray with 18 in the second half. Ingram finished the day with 13, all in the first half. And with that, we will sign off. The girls will be in action Thursday night at Sullivan. Boys at home will be broadcast both live stream and on KSMO radio against Kabul. That's a makeup game from a snow out back on the 15th of January. The girls will be on the road. Then boys will be on the road Friday night as part of the Big Cat Classic. And I'm sure Stan will have that on KSMO radio. Good night from Salem High School.